Hello and welcome to the Bristol 48-hour Puppet Film Challenge 2024. My name's Kat Rock, I'm your host for this evening, and I'm coming to you from Puppet Place here in Bristol. Now, if you're some kind of rando scrolling on the internet and you found yourself here, well, let me explain to you what's going on. The Bristol Puppet Challenge is an event we host every year, going into our 5th year if you can believe it, and our participants have only 48 hours to create an original puppet film. This means they need to devise, film, score and edit their films all within that time frame. What we then do is get all those films together, we show them as part of a big online film festival, which we did last weekend, and then we present to you, the audience, the grand finale, where we announce the winners of our categories and the overall challenge. Now, we don't just send all these puppet nerds off into the world with no guidance, we offer up 3 prompts that they must include in their films, kind of as a bit of a starting point. And the 2024 prompts were as follows. They were the action of scratch, the item tape, and the theme dreams. We asked our participants to include those prompts within their films, so keep an eye out for them tonight, as I'm sure you're bound to see them. Now, we are always blown away by the ingenuity, creativity and just sheer talent that we see in all the films submitted into the challenge. So I am very happy that I have to make no decisions on who makes it into the finale. What we have is an amazing panel of judges who make all the hard decisions for me. So let's introduce to you the 2024 judging panel.
Hello everyone, lovely to meet you. My name is Lex Rudd. I have been involved in puppetry and making puppets for over 20 years and probably creatures and creature costumes for another 10 before that. I used to live in America. During my time there, I worked for the Jim Henson Creature Shop for a number of years as a foam fabricator. I did some work for Disney, I did some work for Hasbro, and I worked for a while as a toy designer for Folk Manus Puppets. Recently, in the last 4 years, emigrated back to England. I now work as the lead designer for a toy company called The Puppet Company and Wilbury Toys. There's some of the toys I've made in the last couple of years this side, and this fox puppet here is more of the kind of thing I was making when I lived in America, and I had my own studio called Primal Visions. I'm very excited to be a judge. There's been so many amazing films. It's been really tricky to pick the winners, but thank you guys for picking me, and yeah, hope you all like the results.
Hello, my name is Vicky Charlesworth and I am a theatre designer and maker and puppeteer and puppet maker. I have worked for some of the leading organisations and companies within the disability arts world niche, and my work as a theatre maker specifically explores the disabled lived experience with enhanced access and specifically for young audiences. My show What Happened to You has toured both internationally and nationally, going in 2022 to World Stage Design in Canada, and in such tours has been to conventional and unconventional spaces such as outdoor spaces, theatres, libraries and hospitals. It was a privilege to be asked to guest judge the 48-hour Puppet Challenge, and I thoroughly enjoyed watching all of your entries.
Hi, I'm Zoe Hutber. I'm a stop motion animator and filmmaker. Some of the things I've worked on include Chicken Run 2 and Tweety and Fluff, and I make my own films as well, one of which was nominated for a Scottish BAFTA. My animation production company is also an associate artist at Puppet Place, and I'm really excited to be judging the films for the 48-hour Puppet Place Film Challenge today.
Hello there, My name is Josh Elwell and I'm a puppeteer and puppet maker here in Bristol. I work mostly in film and television. I started working for children's TV on children's BBC on shows like Strange Hill High and Zingzillas and Mr. Maker. Then I started working for Netflix on a show called Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance, and in recent years I've worked on Doctor Who for their 60th anniversary and the more recent series. One of my favourite shows I've ever worked on was as one of the two lead puppeteers on a show called Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. The reason I love this show is because the message of it is just to be creative. And that's what you guys have done. It started with a short YouTube series and it has now become the cult show that it is today. So thank you for having a go. Good luck to those people that entered, and I have really enjoyed watching your work.
Hello, my name's Helen Ainsworth. I'm a puppeteer and performer and workshop coordinator, and I was very, very honoured to be looking at all the wonderful, wonderful creations made in the Bristol 48-hour Puppet Film Festival. I was so excited and I found it very difficult to choose.
A huge thank you to the 2024 judging panel. We're so excited to have you all on board. But I think that's enough of me talking. It's time for us to watch some puppet films and see who have won our categories this year. So what better place to start than with our youth categories? Let's find out who's won the best of under 15s and the best of 16-year-olds to 21-year-olds.
Ambition was a really fun story that was beautifully told.
Ambition is such an imaginative and creative piece of filmmaking. Well done, guys.
I really liked this film. I thought the puppets were really, really good and the puppetry was amazing.
Excellent puppetry, excellent focus on the puppet in the film, and excellent articulation as well.
There was a lovely use of black and white and colour, and a real range of puppets all mixed up together, which is just a joy to see.
I really enjoyed the use of shadow within the dream sequence and the way colour came into those shadows. Beautiful.
I loved the little details in this film and the additional puppets. I loved the male character who was doing the dishes. I liked that it cut away to the dogs playing in the garden. And it was also fun to see a cameo of some of the socket characters from the puppet company. So that was unexpected.
I really liked the journey that you followed the puppets on, and you really felt part of it.
We really followed the story all the way through, and I really liked the kind of scratching through the painting, as well as the dog puppets outside on their strings. That was one of my favourite things about this film.
I think we can all identify with that idea of crazy dreams scratching away at our heads. I really enjoyed that feeling.
There was a fabulous use of special effects from a team of young puppeteers, really inventive and full of energy.
I loved the humour in it. I loved the part where the security guard just tapes up the portal like it's nothing.
I also really enjoyed in this film the way that the main character opened up the painting and allowed all these crazy characters from her dreams to come into her real world and to realise her ambitions. How wonderful. I think you've done exactly that, Penny, PJ and your friends. Well done.
Great job, Pancake Jukebox. Absolutely amazing film. Well-deserved under 15 winner. Please keep creating, making more, and I'd love to see what you come up with in the next few years.
These puppeteers are really going to shine. What a fabulous achievement from such young puppeteers.
Monkey scratch, monkey do. This for me was a really clever narrative that was created and explored for a 2-minute film.
I really, really liked this film. I loved the mix of live action puppetry and stop motion. As a stop motion animator, I was a big fan.
Very short, very simple, but the narrative arc worked incredibly well. Well done.
It just proves that you don't need, all loads of ideas and loads of elements to make a really good film.
I found the whole production funny, slick, precise.
Great use of stop motion animation there, and I loved the little daydream sequences that it cuts away to, which are all just made in felt, which was a lovely touch.
Coming from the world of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, I'm a huge fan of the use of felt, and that feeling of texture and felt that you used across the design of the film worked incredibly well.
The character was so full of life. I really enjoyed watching him. Well, or her.
I really loved the expressions in this, like the different facial expressions, whether it was live action puppetry or stop motion as well.
A gorgeous character.
It was a really well-made puppet. It served the story really well. It did exactly what you needed it to do.
I loved that it had a guitar soundtrack, which was paced to the story. Obviously, it had been created for this piece. I also loved the monkey's little non-verbal sounds, his little grunts, which really added to it.
Just really, really carefully considered. I can tell the creator really thought, what can we do in 2 minutes within this that is achievable within this time frame, and I just thought it was so clever and pitched so well.
The end titles with the gag at the end where he gets imprisoned for fraud. Just how it just pops up right at the end with the happy music playing. I think that was hilarious.
Such a great ending. A pleasure to watch.
I just thought it was really fantastic. Poor monkey.
Overall, I thought this was just such a fun film. Really clear and simple, and a really funny punchline at the end. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
Well done to Penny and PJ and Team Pancake Jukebox. We loved your film Ambition, and we can't wait to see what you guys go on to do in the future. Now, you guys have won a fantastic prize, an original puppet created by Puppet Things. Well done, guys. That puppet is flying its way over to you as we speak. Now, I believe you guys are based in Texas, so that puppet's going to have quite the journey. And once again, thank you to Puppet Things for donating this puppet. And also, well done to Charlie and Finn for their film, Monkey Scratch, Monkey Do. What a brilliant film. We just love that cheeky little monkey. And now you guys have won a mentoringship session with one of the members of the British Puppet Guild. A huge thank you to the British Puppet Guild for donating this prize, and also for being the official sponsor of the 2024 challenge. We are so excited to be teaming up with the Guild, bringing all of the British puppetry organisations together. We can't wait to see what happens in the future. And to tell you a little bit more about our sponsor, the British Puppet Guild, here is Lee Thompson.
Hello, I'm puppeteer Lee Thompson, and I'm here representing the British Puppet Guild, who are proudly sponsoring this event. I firstly want to say how great it was watching all of your 48-hour puppet films. You can't underestimate the hard work that goes into these films, and it's great to see all of your puppetry skills and incredible storytelling. Every single video I've seen, it's been so impressive. But what happens when this event ends and the buzz wears off? Do you return to your normal life, or do you embrace your love of puppetry and join the British Puppet Guild? The British Puppet Guild is the longest established puppetry organisation in the world. Join us and become part of the active UK puppetry community with in-person events, regular online events as well on Zoom. There's the bi-monthly newsletter, there's the free magazine, The Puppet Master. There's even a free profile on our website. So come along, join the British Puppet Guild and become part of the UK puppetry community. You'll experience opportunities to attend training, develop as a performer, learn skills and so much more. It doesn't matter what type of puppetry you're interested in, everybody is welcome at the British Puppet Guild. So to join, just check out britishpuppetguild.com, sign up, become a member, keep your passion for puppetry alive, and I'll see you at the next Guild event.
Thank you, Lee, and thank you to the British Puppet Guild for being this year's sponsor. If you want to find out more about the Guild and how you can become a member, head to their website. Ta-da! Now, I think it's time we saw a couple more puppet films. And up next, we have two very exciting categories. We have the Best of Bristol, which showcases a film made right here in Bristol, and also the award for Best Puppetry, the film which the judges deemed to show the best use of puppetry. So good luck, everyone, and let's find out our winners.
Dreamflix drew us into a magical, almost Kafkian world of ephemeral shadows.
I thought it was absolutely stunning. I thought the texture of the whole film and the mood of the whole film just worked really, really well.
I love the design in this film, like this character design, those fingers was absolutely amazing. I thought the puppetry was really good as well. Just the whole kind of production value of all the puppets and the design of them was really, really well done.
I really loved the textures that the paper puppets had. The translucency of the paper and the light shining behind that created a really beautiful texture. And I really like it when you can see that tactileness within a digital film. It's really special.
I thought the use of handmade paper with these kind of sepia tones really added to the whole atmosphere of the unsettling feeling of the story.
I think my favourite part of this film was the ending, where everything goes horribly wrong and you get to see more of those horribly spooky hands with the claws. That's great.
Dreamflix used such delicate but meaningful movements, transporting us into a dream within a dream that turned out to be a nightmare.
And then that unnerving feeling of when the character was beautifully floating across the sky with the clouds passing, and then suddenly these menacing hands come in. I mean, really, really beautiful visual stuff. I mean, stunning.
The really long nails and just created that sharp character, which was fantastic.
What a great use of scale with the imposing director of dreams and her busy typewriting fingers. Wonderful aesthetic there, and it just contrasted so well against the teeny tiny nervy customer. Just a delight.
Really good concept, really cool idea, and really well done.
I love the sound of this piece, not just the music, which was nice, but just the incessant typing of this dream girl character with her long pointy nails throughout, and the little non-verbal sounds of the characters communicating. Really nice.
The soundtrack of the film really kept pace and energy which was really good.
I thought the use of subtitles was really clever, with that squeaky sound of the voices. I really enjoyed that.
So great job to the whole team. Please keep on, and love to see more.
Cat Scratch Fever is well deserving of the Puppetry Award. Not only are the cutouts absolutely beautiful, but the puppetry is delicate and really exemplary.
I thought this had such unique puppetry in it, with the separation of the different coloured layers. That was just something that we didn't see anywhere else.
This for me was really beautifully made and articulated shadow puppetry.
The cat licking its paw was absolute peak puppetry for me. I know that it's really hard to do really subtle puppetry, and this film absolutely excelled at it, so really well done.
I thought the movements of the cat were really delicate and really believable. The way the cat was licking its paw and the way the girl walked, I just thought it was really beautifully done.
Just wonderful use of the prompts, and beautifully told and really enhanced by the medium of puppetry, I thought. Lovely opening of cat's eyes, the movement of the scratch appearing and disappearing with the tape. Really lovely effects.
The attention to detail was exquisite, and I especially liked the cat's yellow eyes and the licking of the paw. I thought that nothing went amiss in this film. Every tiny detail was really carefully considered. and I really liked the sudden change and inclusion of colour towards the end of the film, which really brought it into another realm as well.
I loved the mixture between the mechanics and the magic, and we saw both of those happening at the same time.
So I loved how the camera zoomed out just a little bit so that your attention's not just on the shadow screen itself, but also on the puppeteers moving around it, so you can see what goes on behind the scenes. That was brilliant.
Even seeing the puppeteers on the edges added to the focus of the intensity between the cat and the girl.
I like how this is a shadow show, but it feels like a movie. So as well as just having the usual side-on view that you get in most of these shadow puppet shows, it also does face-on things, and it kind of cuts between that to give it like that movie feel.
Cat Scratch Fever had a beautiful feeling invoked by the light as well. I was really impressed.
Within the narrative, I also really enjoyed the tension between the cat and the girl. There's that feeling when cats have got the upper hand, which they always have, and then her waking up in the morning and finding the cat sitting on her chest staring at her. Pretty scary.
I really think this could be developed into a short film.
Well done, Izzy. Very well-deserved puppetry award, and I look forward to what you come up with in the future, and I'd love to see one of your shows live one day. They look really great.
A huge congratulations to Dreamflix and Cat Scratch Fever. You are our winners. Now, Dreamflix, for winning the Best of Bristol, you have won our Bristol Prize Package, which includes tickets to the wonderful We the Curious Science Museum, and also the Wardrobe Theatre has kindly donated us a theatre ticket voucher as well. So do let us know what you guys choose to see on all your adventures. And for Cat Scratch Fever, you have won your very own Best Puppetry Medal. 2024 is an exciting year for the challenge because it's the first time ever we're running our brand new category, the Inclusive Puppetry Alliance Award. Now, a couple of years ago, Claire from the Broken Puppet Theatre Company reached out to the challenge asking if we could develop an access category so that more people could take part in the challenge. Of course, we jumped at the chance to work with them, and over the past couple of years, we have been, trialling some things out, and we find ourselves here today. We're so excited that this is now a category in our challenge, and we can't wait to see how it develops in the future. Now, the Inclusive Puppetry Alliance Award, or TIPA for short, runs a little bit different from our main category. The main difference being the amount of time people have to create a 48-hour film. So all the TIPA films, like everyone else's films, were made in only 48 hours, but the TIPA participants have a 1 month span in which to use those 48 hours. So, for example, one day someone might dedicate 2 hours to making the film, the next day a couple more hours, and so on and so forth until they've spent 48 hours making a film. So without any further ado, let's see who's won our TIPA category.
Give Me Space is an absolutely wonderful film with great attention to detail.
Lovely camera work, and what fantastic adventures that lovable character had in the beautiful textures of nature. Really, really thoughtfully chosen.
So I thought this was initially the start of the film, a really beautiful setup. I loved the inclusion of loads of different things to create that puppet home. And then you were brought out of that into true surroundings, and I just loved the existence of the puppet outside.
I loved the feeling at the beginning of the film of the way the character was in bed and overwhelmed by all these sounds, but by going outside, suddenly the world opened up to her.
It was a delight to see that change of scale with a teeny tiny puppet in such huge natural surroundings.
I really liked the concept, and I really liked that we were getting out into nature and hearing all those sounds and seeing all that really nice natural texture.
This film is really all about noise, and I loved the soundscape of the piece as the puppet moved from place to place, just trying to find solace.
There was a wonderful combination of live sound and the visual imagery, which really gave it a wonderful atmosphere.
The puppetry was really delicate and thoughtful, which really added to the story as well.
It's such a charming and peaceful character.
I really loved the sweet little puppet in your film. I thought you couldn't help but get emotionally invested in her straight away.
A really good size of puppet, like a really smart size of puppet that you're taking around to get all these amazing shots.
Such a beautiful puppet, and very, very cleverly filmed within those different areas. Looking out over the water, going in the Greenland, it was really beautiful.
The film was nicely shot and edited, and I loved all the different locations following this tiny little puppet around on her journey.
I especially loved the spinning round. That was great.
I love that by the end of the piece, you really do feel calmer. You've gone from all that hustle and noise, and everything's just kind of quietened down.
One of the things I really enjoyed was at the end, the way in which she brought a shell from the outside world into her safe space so that she could listen to the sound of the sea. That idea of bringing something beautiful into yourself when you need some comfort is really beautiful, something I can identify with. Well done, Samantha.
Excellent work, Samantha. Thank you for sharing your world with us so wonderfully, and a well-deserved winner.
A huge congratulations to Give Me Space, the first ever winner of the Inclusive Puppetry Alliance category. And once again, thank you so much to Claire and to Broken Puppet Theatre Company for creating the Inclusive Puppetry Alliance and joining forces with us to create our Access Award. So up next, we have the top 10 films of the 2024 challenge. Well done to everyone who took the time to make a film and submit it. We absolutely loved watching your entries, and I know this year especially it was incredibly hard for our judges to make decisions. So crossed fingers, good luck everyone, and enjoy the 2024 top 10.
Hello? I'm your delusional reality engineer. I'm here for your checkup. I guess I'll let myself in then. Safety first. Hello? Is nobody home? But the lights are on. Oh no, my hat! The brain. Oh dear, look at the state of it in here. Time to get to work. The Delusional Reality Engineering and Machinery Unit. A lovely bit of kit. That looks fine. Nothing wrong here. Well, there's your problem. Dopamine is too low, and your serotonin. Let's get those back up. Job's a good 'un. Nice and tidy. That's got it. I've got just the tool for the job. Nailed it. Yeah, good job, B. Another job well done. There we go. All better. Sweet dreams.
Huh. Another useless scratch card. Merc! What's next?
Humphrey,
Yes. Push the button.
push the button.
Yes. Push the button. Ah. Dream life. Here we come.
I like it. Who's more?
And only one finger. How disappointing.
Bleh. Bleh. Bleh.
There's so much skin. Oh, you know, usually I'd charge for this. You lucky things.
No, cold.
Personally, I find it quite liberating.
Who are they?
Don't mind us. It's a bit awkward, isn't it?
Can we get the intimacy coordinator in here, please? Oh, yes, shadowy. That's more like it. Merc, how do I look from this angle? Oh, no, don't be like that.
No, look. Hello.
Merc, look. Oh, the perfectly positioned grand piano! Oh my, I can't believe we had the budget for all that. And to get Steve Buscemi at such short notice. Steve, can I lick the inside of your eyelids? Drat! We're back where we started! Maybe the multiverse is just an overused, convoluted concept after all. Merc, push the button. It's the Fish Shades universe. Yes, we can stay here.
Foreword and Chapter 1 of the Book of Camping and Woodcraft, a guidebook for those who travel in the wilderness. My one aim in writing this little book is to make it of practical service to those who seek rest or sport in the wilderness, or whose business calls them thither.
For as long as I can remember, I've never been able to sleep properly. Ever since I was a boy. Maybe it's because I watch a lot of horror films. Or maybe it's just because I can't keep my mind quiet. I've read every book about it, but nothing seems to help. I wear comfy slippers and I keep my room tidy. I have a special trick though, my special drawer of sellotape. I bet you can guess how this helps me sleep, could you? I put it on my skin. To stop me getting scratched in my sleep, of course. Look at that one. Now I'm ready for bed. Good night. Yay! What fun! Stop! Stop it! Oh, it's just a dream, Pete. It's just a dream. Calm down. I know what will do the trick. Lots more sellotape. They can't scratch me anymore, can they? I think I'm safe. Good night.
Come in. Hi. Please have a seat. So, tell me, How was your week?
I don't know, Doc. I've been having this weird dream lately.
Go on.
I wake up in a place and I have this feeling of being watched, but by myself. And I look down at myself and I realize I'm in the wrong skin.
The wrong skin.
Yeah, like the skin I'm in, it isn't mine. It isn't the right one. And I have to find the right one. And so I start to...
Scratch your own skin?
I scratch my own skin. I scratch and scratch and scratch but I can't find the correct skin. I'm afraid I'll unravel myself completely and still not find the right one. And all that'll be left of me is bits.
I see. Well, since you came to me for help, mind if we try something?
Sure.
Good. Okay, you will have to trust me.
Okay.
First, let's try breathing together. All right. You'll be all right. Okay. Now, could you hand me that bit? Yeah.
This
Yeah, that one. Yeah. There you go.
Doc, what are you... Oh, that feels...
You see, even if you do get unraveled completely, it is absolutely all right. You have the tools to put yourself back together in any way you choose. And you'll always have help.
Gee, that does feel freeing, I suppose.
Keep this day. I'll see you in a few weeks, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. See you later, Doc.
Mm-hmm.
A huge congratulations to the top 10 of the 2024 challenge. You all did an amazing job and we loved watching your films. Now up next we have 2 awards we don't normally talk about in the finale, and that's the Audience Choice and Participants' Choice. So let's find out which films not only did our participants love, but what you, the audience, voted for. So can you believe it? In the Participants' Choice we had a tie, and both Cat Scratch Fever and Monkey Scratch Monkey Do won the hearts of our participants. And also a massive congratulations to the Night Before Track and Field. Your film was amazing and clearly the audience loved it. Up next we have our honourable mentions, and these are personal top picks from our judging panel. So good luck everyone, and let's see who is an honourable mention.
My special mention was very difficult to choose. I would love to have given a special mention to many of the amazing films that I had the honour of seeing. All of them were a joy and a delight and an inspiration. Just the ideas and the feelings behind these films and the creativity was a real inspiration to know that puppetry is totally alive, that has so much potential. I'd like to mention Music Box Worker. The group decided to strip down the puppet and just use the hand as a character with just its bare skin. It was wonderful use of the disembodied limb, watching that character struggle and discover and feel was a real delight. I love the playfulness. Thank you so much. It was a real honour to see the amazing creativity and the beauty in these films. Wish we could have chosen all of them.
So, I had this dream the other day, where I guess there was this tiny little rabbit under a giant tree. It seemed happy. I started to wonder where it'd been. If it had a tiny door to a tiny house, I wonder how it would decorate. I thought maybe they had a favorite song, or tried to win it big. When I looked at them, I got the sense they could be pretty well read. I figured they could be like a white box kind of guy. In their free time, they'd like to tell their own stories, make stuff, like direct a film or something. They looked so peaceful, as if they had never been annoyed by anything in their life. I wondered if me or the rabbit had spent more time being content. Then it flew away. I guess that's why I've been trying to put myself out there more. Yeah.
So for my honourable mention, I have picked Hoppy Thoughts. I thought this film was just beautiful. I thought it was really intellectual and introspective, and I loved all the different puppets and types of puppetry you had in there. I really appreciate how much effort you went to with making all of the different characters for all the different scenarios. I thought they were edited together really well. I really liked the music choice. I thought it was a really beautiful film with a really strong concept and really well executed. And I really liked the little meta moment of seeing you guys making the film. Yeah, it's really, really beautiful. I also wanted to give a little shout out to Dream Girl, which was hands down the funniest film that I saw out of all of the entries. So really good job, Hoppy Thoughts and Dream Girl.
So my honourable mention goes to Muffle, My Beautiful Autistic Mind. I think anyone that attempts stop frame animation for the 48-hour puppet challenge deserves a prize. Hats off to you. And you guys did it really well. I really liked the puppet design, the hand-stitched clothes and the modelled hands and feet, and then the twisted, thorny world that the character fell into really kind of echoed what was going on inside her mind. And then this muffled little voice, kind of intriguing, but then a kind of friendship and a party taking place. There was a real kind of change there, which really appealed to me. For me, the whole film was a sensory feast of rich colour and texture. Congratulations.
My honourable mention goes to A Nightmare in Cardboard. I just really love this entry's approach to material, both narratively and visually. I thought it was very clever and an excellent story to explore within 2 minutes.
So my honourable mention is a great film called Sleepy Pete. This was a wonderful, tantalising, unnerving movie that I think deserves an honourable mention. The puppets and sets were amazing. Pete looks like he was made from an old doll, and they've put together this very creepy but very engaging face on him, with kind of creepy clown features. So there's this kind of undercurrent of just uneasiness to everything, and it's amazing. I love the details for the sets. They were just full of little details. I like the rug, the bedside lamp, the candle, the toys. It was all great. This is one of the films that I think really made a great use of the prompts. This was a film where the prompts were absolutely integral to the storyline. The story would not have been there without these prompts, so I think that was really well done. This film was beautifully narrated, and I loved the background wind noise, which just having the wind howling in the background just added to the whole uneasiness of the whole thing. The stop motion animation was absolutely amazing. Some of the bits which I think were especially great were just the various room elements blowing in the wind, Pete blowing out the candle, yeah, just things like that, just little tiny details that really made it The whole thing was engaging. We're really following along with Pete in his desperate attempts to fall asleep calmly, but obviously it doesn't happen to him. It's an amazing film, but I just love that it's a bit creepy and disturbing as well. So that really kind of hit me on my level. So thanks for that. So very well done, George Daniel Gary. Honourable mention. I think your film was absolutely fantastic, and I can't wait to see more from you.
Congratulations to the honourable mentions, and thank you, judges, for giving us your personal picks. Now, because the British Puppet Guild is a sponsor this year, we have added in an extra category for our awards, and that is the British Puppet Guild Award. And this award goes to the best film submitted by a member of the British Puppet Guild. Another reason to join that fabulous organisation. So here's Lee Thompson to announce the winner of the British Puppet Guild Award.
Hello, I'm puppeteer Lee Thompson, representing the British Puppet Guild, and I'm here now to announce the winner of the British Puppet Guild Award and see who gets that lovely £100. Who is it? Who's the winner? If you're not a member of the British Puppet Guild, then why not check out the website britishpuppetguild.com, sign up and become part of the UK puppetry community right now. All of the entries from British Puppet Guild members were fantastic, and I loved every single one. In my eyes, they're all winners. Obviously, technically, they can't all be winners because there can only be one winner, and that winner was slightly better. It scored slightly higher than the other videos. That video and the winner of the British Puppet Guild Award is...
Well done to Deadline for the Guild Award. I think it really, really deserved it. I thought this was such a strong story and a strong concept, and I really liked the kind of using tape as characters. Tape was one of the prompts. I thought that was really original and a really clever thing to do.
Deadline is a tape-tastic horror flick.
What a fun and creative interpretation of these prompts. It made engaging and a clear narrative with a very, very relatable character, struggling with the crazy idea of making a puppet film in 48 hours. Who'd have thought of that?
This film was so fun and really resonated. I thought it was a fantastic way of communicating how deadlines make us all feel.
The main puppet is very simple and effective, and I really love how her eyes and her mouth are just pinned on, so it's really easy to change the features, but really effective.
I loved the puppets for this film. I really like when you can tell that a puppet is made of a really simple material like cardboard or tape, and yet you still believe that they are a little creature or a person. I really like that duality, and I thought this film did that really, really well.
I love the puppet tape characters, and the use of speech bubbles, really inventive, and just the flow between the ideas, scratching and dreaming, and the tape ideas, really lovely connections.
I really liked the combination of puppetry and the objects, i.e. all the junk, which is what just lingers forever when we all have deadlines, and this was really captured in the narrative.
I particularly liked the way I was surprised by this huge tape monster that grew out of the pile of tape. I actually didn't see that coming.
I love some of the little details in this film. I like how when the creatures are ripping up her arms, they kind of pull the tape off, leaving the red underneath. That was a great thing. And I like how the titles are kind of done as a Google Calendar document, keeping in line with the deadline theme.
I really liked the material choices for this film. I really like when materials are kind of central to and inform the story and vice versa. So the fact that these characters needed to be made out of those materials, I really, really liked. I think the little trash creatures were so characterful and animated and had so much personality, and it once again proves that you don't need fancy puppets to tell a really good story.
I like how the tape itself becomes a puppet in this film, and I love how it goes from little creatures to like a massive monster that engulfs her, and then it just turns into a disgruntled audience.
I thought there was a great juxtaposition of that fear and anxiety that you feel when you're being booed by an audience, but at the same time the humour of these little speech bubbles that came in over the tape characters. Really funny, but also really unsettling.
I really liked the voice acting in this film. I thought it was really, really fun. And I thought the editing was really good. And I also really liked the credits, the way you did the credits. It just really kept us in that world of deadlines, and I thought it was really well thought through.
I love the ending where the puppeteer wakes up. Presumably she's passed out from exhaustion making this 48-hour film. And all her scripts and parts of the puppets are laying all around her where she's just kind of fallen asleep on them. So that was brilliant.
I totally identified with this puppeteer pulling her hair out and struggling with those pesky tape monsters.
So great job, A-Up Puppets. Really great film. Yeah, well-deserved winner. Well done on getting the British Puppet Guild Award.
Congratulations, Deadline! You have won the British Puppet Guild Award and will receive a prize of £100 donated by the British Puppet Guild. Thank you again to the British Puppet Guild for sponsoring our challenge. We look forward to working with you again in the future. Puppet friends, I see that there are no more categories to introduce, which means only one thing, that we have reached the end of our finale and are about to find out which film has won the Bristol 48-Hour Puppet Film Challenge 2024. So thank you to everyone who submitted a film this year. We love watching your weird and wonderful puppet ideas. Thank you to the British Puppet Guild for being this year's official sponsor. And thank you to everyone who has taken part, donated, watched, commented, engaged, and just been a part of the challenge. It's this wonderful little puppet community that makes this event something really special. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our third place film, then show our second place, ending with our first place film and our grand finale winner. So thanks everyone for joining us. I've been Cat Rock, this is Puppet Place, and this has been the Bristol 48-Hour Puppet Film Challenge 2024.
So I loved Lunch Break. This was honestly one of my favourite films. It was such a fun concept, and I really loved the use of comedy. I think the highlight for me was the sawing the tree with the sound effects slightly out of time. That was hilarious. Yeah, really, really good film. I really enjoyed it.
This for me was a fantastic interpretation of the working week lunch break and the conundrum. Do you try and enjoy it, or do you try and get as much done, as much errands run as possible? And I thought this was just really, really funny, and I really enjoyed it.
I thought Lunch Break was a fantastic little short. I really enjoyed the colour grading, the way the character was red against this sort of black, stark background.
I would call this an engaging romp of a film with an amazing larger-than-life character.
The other thing I really enjoyed was the use of human hands and legs with a kind of puppet upper body and head. It reminded me of Spitting Image, really good.
The red puppet guy, he was fun, he showed a lot of emotion, he was very well executed throughout, so great job on him.
I thought the narrative was really clear, and I think the prompts were really well used in a really inventive way that we hadn't seen that much before. Yeah, it really flowed, and the prompts all felt quite natural in there. It didn't feel shoehorned at all. So yeah, really well done.
I loved the way that when the character went into their daydream at lunchtime through the cassette, suddenly the world turned bright green and they were in the natural world, and everything seemed great until that horrific moment when they were being chased through the forest.
I loved the cuts in the editing and the various camera angles, which really added to make it a very emotive story.
I thought the editing was really good. I thought all the kind of timing and pacing was spot on, and I really liked the use of the kind of red, like POV shot for the monster. And also like use of the fisheye lens for the kind of Blair Witch Project running through the forest as well.
One of my favourite parts of this, which was kind of a funny part, was just the tape narration. I think it really hit that kind of very well-spoken, deadpan kind of audio tape feel that those kind of books have. So that was great. Well done on that.
I love it when you're making a film and you make use of what just happens to be happening in the moment, and you guys did this right at the end when suddenly there are a whole bunch of crows stealing the guy's lunch. Really funny touch at the end of the movie. Well done.
Great job, Jack and Felix. Very well deserved third place, and I hope to see more from you.
The Puppet Doctor really had me on the edge of my seat. It really drew me in. I guess it was that feeling of something that's actually true feeling that people can really feel sometimes, that they're in the wrong skin. But the way that this subject was addressed through visual narrative and the use of puppetry done so well, I just thought it was really touching.
One thing I really liked about this film was that every prompt was absolutely integral to the storyline. The paper puppet who was scratching herself away just to realise that it's okay to fall apart. This wasn't using the prompt as an afterthought. Each prompt needed to be in place to make this story happen, so I was really impressed with that.
I thought this had really clever use of material. Paper was its primary source, but paper existing in so many different ways. Such a clever use of one single material, which we have in abundance, and I thought that was excellent. I loved the setup, the cardboard wall with the tiny picture frames, really cleverly set up and scenographically really cleverly established within the filming space.
I really like the puppetry in this film. I really like when the materials are informed by the story and vice versa. So making this puppet out of newspaper I thought was a really smart choice for that. And it all the materials fed into the story, and I thought it was really enjoyable to watch.
I thought it was very clever the way you used this kind of cardboard and paper world, but interwove this kind of quite naturalistic and soothing dialogue.
Also a really clever use of the limits and the possibilities of the paper material as well. How towards the end of the film the puppet became a pile of shredded paper, and the line, "You have your tools to put yourself back together again." Really good exploration of the full realm of the material.
I thought the camera work was really, really nice. I thought the lighting for the surrealist kind of sequences served the story really well and really helped separate those two worlds and helped make it very dreamlike and surreal. I thought that's a really good choice.
I found the whole film very philosophical, but also really beautiful.
This was really well filmed. I loved the cuts between the real world and then the darker dream sequence.
When the doctor said, "It'll be all right," I really felt it. It was done with such conviction. It seemed to really work.
Overall, I was absolutely engaged throughout with this film, and I thought that it had a really great beginning, middle and ending. Everything went really well.
The Puppet Doctor is unlike anything else that we have, I think, this year. I mean, really extraordinary, really touching, really heartfelt, but also incredibly beautiful. Amazing.
Great job to the entire team. Please keep making films like this. This one was absolutely great. Well done. Great second place. Scratch and Sniff. Well, this is a film that has it all. It's the full package, and attention was paid to every detail.
outstanding. I can't believe how much you managed to achieve in such a short space of time.
And it was told with care, expertise, and real precision.
I thought it was hands down the best cinematography that I saw.
I thought the framing, the light, and the composition of the shots were incredibly good.
I really liked the establishing close-ups at the start, kind of setting the scene. I loved all the tiny props that you had as well.
My favourite thing, really randomly, was the bookshelves in the cardboard creations.
The major element that struck me when first watching this film was the subtlety of the manipulation and just the fabulous film storytelling techniques. It was great.
I thought the puppetry was really sensitive with little twitches and sniffs and scratches. The thing that really worked for me though is that you could almost hear the puppet thinking.
The music added to the piece, it added to the softness and gave it an extra dimension, especially between the waking world and the dream world, to help differentiate between those.
I thought it was a really good choice of music that really served the story. I really like films with no dialogue. And I thought the voice acting at the start was really cute.
It has a very sweet storyline. I love the beautiful soft lighting and the muted colour palette, which gave it a really sweet and a nice soft feel to the film.
I thought the set, props, puppetry were all beautifully made.
So my favourite thing about this film was how tactile the visuals appeared. There were so many layers to the visuals and I liked the attention to detail in every single one of them.
The wonderful inclusion of the prompts within the storyline was just delightful.
I thought it felt really organic and you could tell that the story had been designed around the prompts, but it didn't feel kind of unbelievable. It felt really natural and it flowed really well.
The puppets were simple, but they moved really well. I liked that they used the little puppets and then it flipped to paper puppets for the daydream sequence. So that was lovely.
I thought the puppets for Scratch and Sniff were beautiful. I loved how textural they were.
And there was such a lovely moment when the character came out of the dream sequence and I really felt that we'd all been on that daydream with them. Just the little characteristic movements were really magical.
I have no hesitation in saying that Scratch and Sniff for me was my absolute favourite film. I think you guys are going on to do some really great stuff. Well done.
Absolutely great work, Loretta and Jack. Well-deserved first place, and I can't wait to see what you come up with next.